share to the PowerPoint. So thank you all for coming again. I am super excited to share this information with you guys. We're going to be talking about holistic wellness and financial fitness. And I'm sharing this with my new friend, Alexa. We met actually 3 weeks ago, and we have been like super close ever since. And we talk like every day, and I've had so much fun together. And she has lots of skills that will give you some quick tips on how to save money, grow your money, and protect your money, which is something that people need right now because sometimes they feel like holistic wellness is expensive. So I'm going to start out with some information for you guys, and then she's going to take over. So again, holistic wellness habits, keys to living above the wellness line. And of course, I'm going to start out with my story for people that don't know me, or maybe watching the replay that don't know me. So in 2012, I started to have lots and lots of illnesses. So it started out with high blood pressure due to stress. And then 6 months later, I started to have a bunch of hormone issues. And then a little bit after that, I was in 2 accidents in a period of 6 months. So I had a lot of body pain. And then on top of that, I just always could never breathe my whole entire life due to allergies and asthma, had horrible skin, eczema, and all types of just minor autoimmune diseases, to the point where I got to 2014 and I was on 7 medications and I was exhausted all the time. And I was like, this is not the way that it's supposed to be. And I would talk to everybody else in my area feeling relatively young in my 30s. And they were all exhausted. They were all having body parts taken out of. And I'm like, seriously, this is not the way it's supposed to be. So I started making the changes that I knew how to make because at the time I was not eating well. With as stressful as my job was. So eliminating pop and fast food and all that just obvious stuff. I took a boot camp to learn how to eat better. And at the time I was like 190 pounds. So I lost 20 pounds with the boot camp in like 6 weeks and started regular exercising. I've exercised pretty much every day since then at the end of 2014. And I started to try to Google my way to good health. Started buying all these vitamins, like $200 worth from Amazon and Vitamin World and all these other places. And most of what I was gathering didn't really work for me. And then I aligned with the company that I represent and work with, and it changed everything. It changed it accelerated my education. It gave me the tools that I needed when it came to supplements and vitamins and essential oils. And it taught me also the importance of toxic-free living and how that is a key to being healthy. And so with that, I'm just inspired to share all of this with everyone because I know that you don't have to be exhausted and have hormone issues and not be able to breathe. If you make some holistic changes, you can actually thrive. So that's what I like to share with people. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of simple tips. Some of the stuff you're going to know very clearly, but hopefully a couple things will be new to you. So whether you're just starting your holistic wellness journey or you're far on, I guarantee that you're going to learn something. And when implemented correctly, vitamin supplements and essential oils can be super effective to changing your life. So first key to understand that health is wealth. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure is a quote from Benjamin Franklin. Most medical conditions are the result of lack of exercise and poor eating. And treating medical conditions can be super expensive. My primary care physician, traditional primary care physician, she loves it when I come to her and she asks me what I'm eating and exercise. And she told me last time, I just love talking to you because I'm so tired of talking to people who want me to give them a pill for something that's lifestyle driven. So our health is our wealth. It is so important that we make the changes that we're going to talk about so that we can prevent disease as much as possible. So nutrition is super important. Good nutrition will prevent 95% of all diseases. Good nutrition creates health in all areas of our existence. All parts are interconnected. So we need to start eating nutrient-dense foods. They provide many functions. They're a key factor in healthy body systems. They support strong bones and provide sufficient energy. And they are the key to making sure that our body functions optimally. So we're going to watch our calories. The way the calories work is in 1 gram of things you can find, such as carbohydrates have 4 calories in 1 gram, protein has 4 calories in 1 gram, and fat have 9 calories. So we're going to avoid high calorie snacks like fast foods, processed meats, desserts, candies, fatty meats, bread products, snacks, sugary drinks, alcohol, and condiments are all places that calories can be hiding or high. And then we're going to be very conscious about our food choices. We want to make sure that we are making healthy swaps. So examples are like using spaghetti squash or zucchini instead of pasta, using avocado instead of mayo, using big sweet potatoes instead of French fries, cauliflower mash instead of mashed potatoes, almond milk instead of cow's milk, coconut water instead of juices, healthy oils like avocado oil, coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, ghee instead of canola vegetable oil, honey, maple syrup instead of white sugar, Himalayan sea salt instead of table salt, and other healthy swaps. And just remember, this is a lifestyle. So we're going to take it step by step. Remember that small steps lead to big changes, while big steps keep us stuck. Sometimes we can feel super overwhelmed if there's just, when we look at all the things that we're going to talk about today and be like, where do I start? Just start with one thing, set some goals, daily goals and weekly goals, and start making those small steps, realizing this isn't a quick fix thing. This is a lifestyle. We're changing what we do. And then, of course, exercise is super important, but it's very important to remember you can never outrun a bad diet. That's why we talk about that first. That's why we emphasize it so much. But exercise is necessary. It's very key to certain things like heart disease and other things, preventing other diseases as well. Exercise not only changes your body, it changes your mind, your attitude, and your mood. So it is very essential to maintaining a healthy body weight. It helps you regulate body systems, and as we already mentioned, it contributes to a better mood. And then another thing that people many times are not aware of that is super important to a healthy lifestyle is to be aware of toxins. Toxins contribute to diseases. So if you've not done so yet, I urge you as soon as possible to watch the documentary Stink. It is free on Netflix. Read your labels. Know what is in your toothpaste, your laundry detergent, your lotion, your makeup, and avoid greenwashing. That is something that says all natural, but the ingredients show that it's not really all natural. Educate yourself. We have lots of resources on my YouTube channel about toxins to avoid in skincare and makeup. The Sunday Work Spa Party, where we help you craft that. And then just take it one room at a time. Again, it can be super overwhelming when you're like, I just looked up all this stuff. I just Googled days of ingredients and I got a lot of toxic stuff. Just take it one room at a time, one area at a time, and within 12 months, you can see that you've made a significant impact in your home. So this book, The Alchemy of Disease, How Chemicals and Toxins Cause Cancer and Other Illness, is a very good reference. And then just this little chart that I have here has some good information about what are the health effects of too many toxins. Some include asthma, cancer, heart disease, heat stress illness, childhood lead poisoning, developmental disabilities, carbon monoxide poisoning, and reproductive and birth outcomes. So this is why we want to have, if we really want to live holistically well, we need to have a clear plan to remove toxins from our home. But at the end of the day, we're going to make sure we do regular detoxes. Why? Because if anyone follows me, they know that I live by the 80-20 rule. I am very clear that on the weekends, I'm going to have my glass of wine or my spritzer. And once in a while, I'm going to have some chocolate. Obviously, most of us are experiencing a little bit of stress right now with all the changes that are going on. I still drive a car, so I'm breathing in that carbon monoxide. So we want to have a regular plan to detox our bodies. My team does herbal detoxes once every 3 to 6 months together. So, and then you can see that we actually have a chart here that shows you some of the foods that you're going to eat to detox. I do believe in everyday detox. On the weekends, when I know I'm going to drinking alcohol, I will have more watermelon and more things that are going to detox my body. Maybe if I know I've had a really heavy weekend, then I'll come with some asparagus and lots of vegetables. So I do believe in everyday detox. I do a detox drink in the morning. But again, because of the other things that I do, I still eat meat, stuff like that. I do also do a deep, a lot of times juice cleanses together with an herbal cleanse. And so that's something that we do in our holistic wellness coaching as a group many times. And then essential supplements. So unfortunately, here in the United States, our food just doesn't have all the nutrients that it needs. And so according to my primary care physician, every single person needs to be taking a high quality multivitamin. What are you going to make sure is that high quality multivitamin? You're going to ensure that it has vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, thiamine, niacin, which are different B vitamins at a minimum. Right now, we're also going to want to add in some immune supporting vitamins. So these are things that usually I make sure that up in the wintertime, but because everyone has respiratory concerns right now with everything that's going on, these are taking all of these right now as well. So some immune supporting vitamins that you're going to have and take on a regular basis are vitamin C, iron, selenium, zinc, medicinal mushrooms, and garlic. And then lastly, most individuals also need to be taking probiotics, digestive enzymes, and we need to make sure that we're consuming sufficient antioxidants. And then using essential oils. So essential oils are so beneficial and should be used on an actual daily basis. So you can use them daily for optimal health. They've been used for centuries for medicinal benefits. They can aid in weight loss, can have first aid properties, aid in healthier skin. They can help you reduce your stress levels, provide immune support, and even more. And remember, when it comes to herbs, essential oils, natural remedies, authentic matters. You have to go with locally sourced or companies that own their own farms. So again, when implemented correctly, they can change your life. But when you're not implementing them correctly and you're just getting them whatever, they could be contributing to adding those toxins that we said we want to eliminate into your life. So I wanted to provide you guys with additional resources. So you can grab a video that I've created. It's called Creating the Art of Self-Care. And you can do that if you need the video by texting me at 248-221-1545. And you can request that video from me. And then here's how to connect with me. I already put my YouTube channel in the chat, so I'd love for you to follow me on YouTube. I have over 600 videos on health and wellness, 150 of which are in Spanish, on a variety of topics such as how to get more vitamin C, natural ways to reduce blood pressure, an extensive video on eating well and exercise. So I'd love for you to follow me. Just my name, Tashena Gonzales. You can also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. Sweet Candle 5 on Instagram and Facebook. I do lives every Friday on Health and Wellness, my Feel Good Friday. You can find upcoming classes on my Facebook page there. And you can also feel free to email me at tashena.stokes@gmail.com. And then I want to make sure that you guys are plugged into and know about our upcoming classes. So tomorrow I have another collaboration where we're going to have a home-based business chat. It's going to be at 5 p.m. And that currently is one of the most Googled phrases. So if you know anyone that's been thinking about a home-based business, please make sure they know about this class because we're going to share great information there. Sunday, we're talking about toxic-free skincare when we have a virtual spa party. We get together, chat for 15 minutes about the importance of toxic-free skincare, and then we play together, do clay masks, and do all the things and have a nice little girls' night together virtually. And then Monday, we are tackling emotional wellness. So I have collaborated with a psychologist that uses different modalities. He has read and studied one of my favorite books called The Happiness Advantage from Sean Acor. So he incorporates things like our emotional freedom technique and a little bit of sound therapy and positive affirmations, and really tons and tons of stuff that I actually do. And we're also going to talk about the aroma freedom technique and how you can specifically program your brain using essential oils to change it. So super excited about that. That is Monday at 5 p.m. And that is the end of my section. When we get to the end, if you have any questions, please write them down and we'll open it up for questions on either parts of these sections. But now we're going to move over to Alexa, and she is going to share with us on financial fitness.
Here I am. I don't know if you can hear me or see me. Okay. Hey, everybody. My name is Alexa, and they call me Alexita. I will be reviewing the 3 keys to financial fitness. what I do is I work for Statewide Insurance Solutions. I help design small business startups, and I also coordinate financial literacy workshops with Five Rings Financial. So Five Rings Financial is like a Merrill Lynch, A.G. Edwards, where they focus on millionaires, but we intentionally work with middle-income Americans. So I hope I didn't insult you by calling you a millionaire. Are there any millionaires out there? Well, who wants to be a millionaire? You've come to the right place. What we're going to focus on first is mindset to become wealthy or financially fit. Oh, gotta move this over a little bit. There we go. So when we think about a mindset, just like we talked with Tashena about recreating yourself physically, taking care of yourself physically, we also must do so mentally. And one key way is doing it through a daily habit. What are we telling ourselves every single day? What are we doing for our future? So when we think about a daily habit, it's going to take consistency. And also patience. If we're saving money, if we are exercising, if we're eating better, it's going to take a little while before we see the growth or a healthier improvement in our situation, right? So putting money away for yourself is the key thing. First is making that decision. Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? And am I going to commit myself to doing it? Physical or mental mindset. So like an example would be making the decision to eat every single day a donut versus bananas, right? Over a year's time, you're going to see the difference between the person who's eating donuts and the person who's eating bananas. So one recommendation is reading a book that we have that I like to refer to is called Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And what it boils down to is the position that you're in now, whether it's health-wise or financially. Whatever state that you're in now is because of the decisions that you made in the past, whether it's good or bad. So write down the name of the book. It's called Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And it teaches us the decisions that we make today are going to affect what we do tomorrow. Because if you're saving money monthly or daily, it's going to take time. Remember, this is not get rich quick. This is become wealthy, financially fit. Slow and steady wins the race, eventually. So now that we are creating daily habits for ourselves, we want to focus on growth. Oh, pardon me, I left my eraser. All right, growth. We're creating a daily habit. What is the first thing we do when we make money? Do we pay our bills first? Well, new tip, guys. Pay yourself first. Yep. Oftentimes, we pay all the bills and we pay ourselves last. And where are you putting that money that you're growing? Are you putting it under the mattress? Are you putting it in envelopes? Are you putting it in the freezer? That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But you also want to use a vehicle that is generating some interest, specifically compound interest. Do you remember learning about compound interest? I don't. And I graduated from an American high school. Compound interest, there's an awesome and amazing formula that's called the Rule of 72. Basically, it's going to tell you how much money you're going to make or how much you're going to duplicate whatever's in there by using this formula. So let's just say you have a savings account or a CD. that's only paying you 1%, right? So you take the 1, put it into 72. How many times does 1 go into 72? 72, right? So that means if I have an account that's only paying me 1%, that means it's going to take 72 years for it to duplicate. I put $100 in there, and it's going to duplicate, it's going to double to $200 in 72 years. Do you have 72 years to wait? So double check what your accounts are paying you. Let's do another example. Let's just say you find an account. Let's be generous with the bank and say that they pay you 12.
You talking to me?
Let's pretend that we find an account that pays you 12%. How many times does 12 go into 72? 6, right? So 6 goes into 72. 12 goes into 72 6 times. That means it'll take 6 years for that amount to double. So compound interest, even if it works for you, it can also work against you. This is how credit cards work. The first thing they do when you go to a shopping mall or you go to Home Depot or you go to Sears, they want to make sure that they sign you up for a credit card, right? Because they make more money on compound interest than what they would do on a purchase of a washer or dryer. Don't you wish that you learned about this in high school? I wish I did. Well, now that you know more than 93% of Americans want to pay attention to what Albert Einstein said. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, but he who doesn't pays it. So we're saving our money now. What do we want to do now that we saved our money? We want to protect what we saved, right? Let's talk about some other types of ways to protect your money. Many people are working, and some have been laid off. They've put some money away. They've put some money into 401ks, IRAs. Specifically with 401ks, in the last few months, there has been a 36% loss. Many people have been losing the money that they have in 401k. So if you're interested in protecting this money, because you didn't know, did you know that it was directly related to the stock market? A lot of people didn't realize that they signed up for that. You can go to your human resources or your HR department and ask them, what can I do to transfer? Not pull out because you don't want to be penalized. How can you transfer into an account that generates compound interest and is also protected from loss? That's one way to protect your money. And many times what you'll find is just to transfer or to roll over this amount into an account, it costs you nothing. Let's talk about people that rent. We'll get to homeowners in a second. So if you rent, do you have children? Did you know that if you were to pass away, you can actually leave an estate to your children? And what about children or college students? Are there any college kids out there? Did you have to sign up for a college loan, or did your parents have to co-sign on a loan for you? Well, you might want to consider refinancing your loan or a life insurance policy. What if you get into an accident and you survive and now you're hurt? How are you going to pay the bills? Let's talk about let's talk to also homeowners that have a mortgage. Life insurance now comes with living benefits. Many people have never heard about living benefits. It's almost like a new thing to them, but it's been around for years. So there's life insurance that can help you. A lot of people don't have health insurance these days because of how expensive it is. But with a life insurance living benefits rider, it'll actually pay you in the event of a disability, or if you get hurt, if you get sick, like heart attack, stroke, or cancer. It's almost like back in the day, life insurance only paid you upon death. But life insurance with living benefits is like a cell phone before. It only would make phone calls. But now it comes all together. You can text, you can use it for a camera, you can use it for a calculator. The new type of life insurance policies have living benefits included in them. And many times the rates aren't that much different. So for homeowners, do you have a mortgage protection? Not PMI. PMI is private mortgage insurance. That protects the banks in case you default on the loan. Mortgage protection for yourself. Talk to your life insurance agent about protecting yourself with life insurance with living benefits to save you in the event of getting hurt or getting sick. Because what happens if you were to get hurt or get sick? What happens to your income? If you were to get cancer, if you were to get a heart attack or stroke, your income would go down, right? But what would happen to your expenses? They would go up. That's why this is so important, to protect your family financially. Because if you get hurt, someone has to come and take care of you. They have to leave their job. They have to hire someone to come and take care of you. They have to pay the deductibles. It can be very, very expensive. So I'll give you two examples that happened in the last 2 years. One of them, he's a really good friend. He was 34 and no kids, great job, lived with his parents, healthy. He was exercising, 34 years old, healthy. He was exercising and they found him on the floor. Till this day, we still don't know what happened. Apparently all the blood rushed to his brain. He was out of work for about 4 months, okay? They had to medevac him to the hospital. That bill is $40,000, okay? He's doing so much better now, which is great. But guess what? He's in the hole, over $40,000. Don't think that it can't happen to a young, healthy person. Because when it happens, it's like, I wish I did have this type of policy. I'll give you a better example of someone who did choose to have a life insurance with living benefits. He was a small business owner. He had a mechanical repair shop and he had a heart attack. Young, healthy, had a heart attack. He was out of work for about 5 months. He was able to withdraw $25,000. He got a really small policy, something to help him out. He was able to continue to operate his business and pay his employees while he got better. So many times you have to get sick before you finally die. So make sure you talk to your insurance agent about life insurance with living benefits. So these are some options for protecting your money. We have discussed in review, we have discussed mindset on how to create daily habits for yourself. We have also talked about growth, mindset, growth, pay yourself, and make sure you have nice high interest, and also protecting your money. The money that you work so hard for. My name is Alexa, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully in further workshops that we host. You're invited to join us for Money 101. I can be reached on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. That's the office number. You can reach me at any time. And thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Alexa. So that is the end of the presentation. So if anyone has any questions, they can now feel free to unmute themselves and ask any questions that they may have.
I'll ask a question. How many people wish they knew about any of this stuff in high school?
Everybody. I know I do.
Yeah, right? And sometimes when we learn about credit cards and how they work, you know, you're just coming out of high school and they're sending you credit cards and you have that temptation. You don't know, you think it's free money, but no, they're charging you. They're charging you and you didn't even realize it. You know, so I mean, definitely invite young people to the classes that we have because this is not information that they give to us. And Tashena, she's doing an amazing job helping people with their habits of taking care of themselves physically. I mean, it all goes hand in hand. You have to feel good about yourself in and out to be productive.
What's the name of the class that you said it was Money 101? Is it on Facebook?
Yes, Money 101, there's several across the state, so we're in all time zones. And if you look me up, you can find me under Tashena, Sita Protection, just like that. If you look for me, it's under Sita Protection. I had to rename myself because I was getting tired of the Alexa, Amazon device jokes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm over it.
Yeah, so I'll put her graphic in the event, that actual graphic that has all of her information so that you guys can definitely follow her on her platforms and then DM her for her upcoming classes. We know it is right after work and it's summertime and a lot of us are still working and we want to be outside, so we didn't want to really overwhelm anyone with information. We just want to give a short 15-minute presentation, but each topic that we talk about is a class in and of itself, and so we do hope that you will join us for upcoming classes to get that detailed information.
Tashena, how did you get your certification in holistic coaching? Is it a long process or?
So it actually depends. It's a self-study. I honestly felt because I've been doing what I've been doing with the company for 5 years, it was super easy for me to go through most of it. So it just depends on how much education you've already done. And I went through a school that was in Europe because they are giving discounts to people. So they advertise on Facebook all the time and give deep discounts. So if you just message me a reminder, I can send you the school that I used to get the certification.
Okay, that would be good. I've been using Young Living for about that long too.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that was in the course was like just super easy for me to understand because I've already been doing a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I admire your story. You've been a source of encouragement to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And you didn't give up and you're helping others by sharing the information. That is beautiful and it's awesome. We need to know about these things.
Yep. Well, alrighty, guys. Again, the replay will be available. If there's no other questions or comments, I will give you guys back 20 minutes of your time so you can go enjoy some sunshine. And again, I'll make sure that all the information is in the Facebook event for you guys to grab. All right. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.